today we're going to talk about multiple variable applications. And there's two kinds I want to talk about. The first one is demand. So in the demand world, in the world of this type of application, we've got two competing products on an open market. So Q1 is the demand for product number one. And these products are interdependent, as in, if I change the price for product one, it's going to affect the demand for product two. So these prices and products are interdependent. So P is price, and Q is quantity demanded. At this point, none of this should be a surprise to you. So what if I ask you, if P1 equals $5 and P2 equals $8, P1 equals $5, P2 equals $8, what are quantities demanded for products 1 and 2? What am I going to do? What, Saeed? No, talk to me. Yeah, I'll do that. No derivative necessary, right? If Q is quantity demanded and I'm asking for quantities demanded, I don't have to do anything to it. I just plug it in. Don't overthink it, guys. It ain't that hard. So let's do that. Q1 equals 50 minus 25 minus 16. Q2 equals 100 minus 15 minus 64. So this equals 9, and this equals 21. Okay. So I just plugged these numbers in, got the quantities demanded. That wasn't so bad, was it?
No.
Who had a higher demand? 1 or 2? 2. Who had a higher price? 2. 2 is the iPhone of this scenario, isn't it? Higher price, but still a pretty high demand. And here's the weird thing. iPhone phenomenon, and we talked about this when we talked about supply and demand. The iPhone is one of those weird things that defies the expectations of supply and demand curves, which is when when price goes up, demand usually goes down, right? Yeah, okay. But here's the thing. When the price of an iPhone goes up, what happens to its demand? It continues to go up. There are some things that confound those expectations, okay? And iPhone happens to be one of those. And luxury products in general defy that expectation. So it's a really interesting thing to see. And one of my students in my other class was quick to point out, he was like, you know, all of these questions you're asking already have answers, and we need to address these in other classes. And I was like, that's true. But the point is, I'm trying to get you guys to see that the stuff we do in this class has intersectionality outside of this room, that the math we do in this class doesn't exist in a bubble, that this stuff has applicability to the things we do outside. Saeed, why are you shaking your head?
Well, it does, but it's very limited.
It does, but it's limited. But what I give you in this room is very limited. Math is large, right? And it does have capacity to have application outside of what we're doing. We're literally taking a tiny slice of a tiny slice and looking at that. So, yes, grain of salt though. So, this confounded expectations. So let's say that you are the first product and you're like, I want equal market share. So they want to have the same demand as product number 2. So they're gonna do something weird. They're gonna give their product away for free, like Monster did yesterday. They're gonna be like, we want to get our product out there, we wanna get our product known, we wanna give our product away for free. So we're gonna set price 1 to be 0. Set price 1 to 0 and find the corresponding price 2 that will equalize demand. What do you think is going to happen, guys? Yeah, so they're gonna increase their units demanded, but what do you think is going to happen to their competitor's price? It's going to stay pretty stable, don't you think? Because what they're doing is they're sacrificing a little bit of their market share, but they don't have to sacrifice much else. They can still keep their prices the same or maybe even increase them a little. So let's do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set P1 equal to 0. So now we have Q1 equals 50 minus 2P2, and Q2 equals 100 minus 8P2. Now we're going to set them equal to each other. Q1 equals Q2, because we're looking for prices that equalize demand. So now 50 minus 2P2 equals 100 minus 8P2. Gesundheit. And now we get 6P2 equals 50. P2 equals 8. Approximately in 33 cents. Goody. So let's recap. Product 1 wanted equal market share. So they did a promotion, lowered their price to 0, they gave their crap away for free in an effort to increase their market share. And as a response, product 2 allowed market share to slip, but were able to increase their prices as a result. Who is the Apple and who is the Android in this case?
P2 is not.
Yeah, product 2 is the iPhone.
That's not true anymore though, you know, they've lost their market share.
Oh yeah, big time, big time. But this is just an example that you guys can understand. If I were to be in my own little world, I'd be back in the 80s and talking about businesses that ate each other alive. In the capitalistic 80s, oh boy, fine time to be alive and watch the market eat itself, consume its young. It's crazy, nuts. So is this sustainable?
Up until now it was.
Is product 1 in trouble? Maybe, maybe not. If they're satisfied with a small market share, they'd be okay. You guys okay with this? This is the trick. This is how Walmart operated for the longest time. They waltz in. They operated a loss in this one store or in the few stores they're working on opening. And they absorb that loss with all the other stores that are operating at a profit. So they don't even feel it. And they do this for long enough to shut down all of their competitors. And then they gradually, oh so gradually, increase their prices again over time.
They did that in the 90s.
Yeah.
That was a trade market.
Yep. And it worked.
Yep.
And now what's happening?
Amazon is gonna do it to them.
Amazon's gonna do it to them.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll push it back.
I'm pushing back.
Jet.com.
Amazon already bought Whole Foods too, so.
Keep an eye on Amazon versus Walmart. This is gonna be an interesting thing.
Walmart's trying to like downsize, like, you know, their warehouses. They're trying to do more they're trying to use more technology now.
The way that Amazon did, they're trying to automate.
Yeah, there it
Yeah.
is. That's the word.
I think Walmart will survive because
Nobody will survive Amazon. And like the next 100 years, it's gonna be like one company.
Well, they said that 30 years ago about Walmart.
yeah,
Nobody's gonna survive Walmart.
because Walmart started this
So,
But what's next?
Mo-
How
Wal
can we possibly know what's next?
I think Walmart is an innovator, so it'll always be relevant.
trying to break Amazon down.
Really? I think
Oh,
Walmart's
stop it. Stop slowing
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
like who?
It's like a monopoly.
Gotta get Walmart.
Man, they're awesome.
And who knows, somebody else might pop up.
Do you love the way they treat their people?
No,
I don't know how much you feel.
Not
they
great.
do not treat
No.
people, even sellers, like my parents sell through Amazon.
The people that like work
It's
from here or other
ridiculous.
countries?
Like, you can have like,
Here.
they like really.
Here, I've had students work for them and the way they treat their people is not great.
My parents have
Yeah.
had serious amounts of revenue withheld for for less than 1% of
Yeah.
salary. It's nuts.
Yeah, I
And
can
then I have to tell
honestly say that I haven't shopped in a Walmart for 15 years and I haven't shopped at Amazon for like a year and a half. For that very reason, I don't like the way they treat their people. It's a weird thing, you know, we vote with our dollars, you guys.
I gotta do some research.
Yeah, gotta do some research.
I have no idea.
Also, don't shop at Whole Foods anymore, I mean,
Why?
you know.
Tell me why, please.
Because it's Amazon. Because it's Amazon. I don't like the way he treats his people. I
Yeah.
don't like the way he treats his people. That's it. And I can afford to go elsewhere. So if I can shop at Vitamin Cottage or even King Supers, I'll do it, you know? Like,
Can you give me like a short version of how he treats his people?
Not good.
they're not that much better.
Oh,
Oh dear God, there's not enough time in the day. Come talk to me and I will, if you and I want to have a conversation about labor law and human resource and how people are treated at the very bottom of companies, let's have that conversation. But right now, let's do a little more math. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's do math. Let's stay focused.
It is, but we can do better. The whole thing between the whole choice between two devils, I'm saying there are more than one. There are more than two devils out there, and I choose the better of those two devils. You know what I mean? Like there's a better devil in those two devils.
Their employee satisfaction rate is at 70%, Costco is at like 94%.
So is this 14.2 coming in the
Do
exam?
you know their employee satisfaction rates at Amazon are padded? Did you know that? So
It's 4
don't
cents.
don't thro-
It's 4 cents.
don't throw me that padded statistic